Hello everybody, welcome back to another Coaster Crazy video, and today I'm going to be ranking all 10 roller coasters at Alton Towers in my controversial opinion. So today we're not going to have any waffle because I've realised that I just waffle all the time, and we're going to get straight into it. So number 10, the Oxynauts ride. Now you might be thinking, whoa, how can you rate the Oxynauts ride worse? Best ride in the pot? I don't care. I've been on it when I went this year. It was not worth the 20-minute wait. The theme is pretty good though. And now, look, no more wasting time on Oxynauts. The Runaway Mine Train. What can I say? It's just very long. It meanders around. It's got a little bit of floaty moments. There's not really much force, if I'm being completely honest. It's a powered coaster, you can't expect a whole lot. It goes pretty quick, I guess. It goes past the river rapids, if that's anything. It's always fun to wave and shout at all the kids on the rapids who've just been soaked by them. Well, been splashed, I guess. Also, just a quick note to add before we get further into the video. Nemesis will be on this list because it's going to be back. So, yeah, I'm just excited. So I'm going to include it on the list. And now I want to move on to number 8. And I think this might be quite a controversial one. But I'm going to go for 13. Now, I know quite a lot of people rate 13, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. The trims on it. The trims kill it so much. It just kills the momentum in the fun. So I'm not a huge fan, I think it was a waste of £10 million for Alton Towers because the gimmick of the dropped track gets boring after you know what happens once. So let's move on to number 7. And I think this, again, is very, very controversial. But I'm going to place Wicker Man here. Now, I've voiced in my previous videos, I do not like Wicker Man. It is not a coaster for me. It just doesn't do a whole lot. The forces aren't brilliant. They're there, but they're a bit lacklustre. When it's warmed up and it's good, it could be a top 3 ride for me, top 4. But it takes until the very end of the day to get warmed up, and it doesn't do it for me for most of the time, so I'm sorry, but you're in 7th place, Wicker Man. And now I'm going to move on to 6th with Spinball Wizard. Now, I don't get the hate for this ride. I know a lot of people say it's rough and it's a bit of a hassle, but it's just really fun. It's so fun. I love how just wild it is. You go quick, it's got a custom layout. It has some pretty forceful forces up to 3.6 G. And it spins. So yeah, I like Spinball Wizard a lot more than the average person, I think. Which will probably get a whole lot of hate. And now I want to move on to number 5 in Galactica. Now, I've said in previous videos, I love Galactica. And that's true, but there's so many rides that are better than it at Alton Towers, and the 4 ahead of it are them rides. Now, I don't want to completely rip apart Galactica, so I'm going to start off with the disadvantages of it, and then go on to the benefits. So, disadvantages, it's quite slow, quite graceful, doesn't have a whole lot of forces. But now on to benefits. There is that one moment which is like the on its side pretzel loop that isn't a pretzel loop, obviously. That slaps. I love that. And also the scenery and the theming, it's just lovely. Like, it's such a immersive feel to fly through the Alton Towers, just the Alton Towers Park, and I do absolutely love it for that reason. So even though it's in 5th place, I promise I do not hate Galactica. I actually love it. But now, to move on to number 4. For number 4, you might be thinking, whoa, you've left Rita a bit high. well, guess what? This one isn't Rita either. So destroy me in the comments if you want to. But I love Rita, so that's coming up later. But number 4 is, of course, the loved Oblivion. And you might be thinking, Oblivion is one of the best rides in the UK. And I agree to an extent, but that first drop, the first drop is just amazing. There's no drop like it. But it's a one-trick pony. Prime ride time from the actual drop to hitting the brakes is less than 10 seconds. And I just, no. I need more than that from it. So I love it, but the prime ride time just isn't long enough. It needs to do more. Like, I know it was a prototype, but if they could have added some inversions maybe, or just even an extended layout, just so there's something more than the drop. And now on to my top 3. So finally, you can all go down and comment and kill me for it. But Rita, and I've not got a whole lot to say. Punchy launch, lots of airtime for me. Love the forces, not too painful, even though a lot of people say it's rough. I don't find that for me. So yeah, go down and shoot me if you feel like, but I really love Rita. And it's my video, it's my opinion, so I don't really care. But yeah, there's a special place in my heart for Rita. I think it's that punchy launch, and followed by just the intensity of it, which I'm a sucker for. But let's move on to number 2 in the Smiler. So yeah, again, I know a lot of people think this is rough, especially if you sat in the 3rd row, but I love the Smiler. The forces are amazing, the record breaking's amazing, there's not a dull moment, the pacing is brilliant. This is such a good ride. It is absolutely elite. I got a ride on the back row, on the furthest right seat, and oh my god, was that amazing. It was smooth as glass, and it was just such a brilliant ride. Smooth as glass, and just so forceful the whole time. There wasn't a dull moment, so that's bumps it up in the rankings for me. And now on to the final one. Everyone's favourite roller coaster at Alton Towers, I hope, in Nemesis. And I think Nemesis Reborn is going to be just as good, if not better, than original Nemesis. Forceful, whippy, intense, just the best B&M invert ever made. And I don't care about other ones that you can find. Yes, I know you can probably find best ones, but I absolutely adore Nemesis. And I just think the train interaction and the challenges they overcame building it are amazing. And the ride they made from it, I absolutely love it. And that's going to bring us to the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching another one of my rubbish videos. Have a nice day. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.